Striker sends clear transfer message to Arsenal amid rumours of exit from European club. Meanwhile, another Gunners-linked player is unexpectedly dropped from Premier League opener amid transfer speculation. Hey guys! Welcome back to the Arsenal News channel. As we're here to bring you the latest updates to keep you informed on all things Gunners. Arsenal began their Premier League campaign with an impressive 2-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Kai Havertz opened the scoring to put the Gunners ahead, followed by Bukayo Saka, who sealed the win with a second-half strike. Saka's performance drew comparisons to Lionel Messi, with manager Mikel Arteta singing his praises. Following that opening weekend triumph, several key observations emerged. Oleksandr Zinchenko put in a solid performance against Wolves, but defensive concerns led to his substitution as Wolves began to threaten. Jurrien Timber came on, while new signing Ricardo Calafiori remained on the bench. Zinchenko now faces a tough challenge to keep his place, highlighting the need for improvement on the left flank. David Raya, meanwhile, showed why he is considered one of the best goalkeepers in the league. He pulled off a stunning save, denying a certain Jørgen Strand Larsen goal with agility that defied logic. Having won last season's Golden Glove, Raya is determined to replicate that success this season. Attention is also turning to Arsenal's search for a new striker. Kai Havertz has led the line well, having already opened his own goal with a precise header. However, inconsistencies, such as a poorly executed shot early in the second half, suggest that the need for reinforcements up front remains. If a cost-effective option arises to increase competition, a squad change could be on the cards, although acquiring a new striker would require significant investment. Finally, the pursuit of Mikel Merino remains a priority for Arsenal. While Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice have shone in midfield, there is uncertainty surrounding the long-term roles of Jorginho and Thomas Partey. Partey's performances have been steady, but moments of vulnerability have raised questions about his reliability over the course of a full season. Strengthening the midfield with the signing of Merino is clearly necessary, and Partey's performance may have given Arsenal the final push needed in negotiations with Real Sociedad. However, it appears concerns over individual performances are not confined to midfield. During Arsenal's win over Wolves, club legend Ian Wright criticised Gabriel Martinelli for what he called a disappointing display, suggesting the winger looked desperate after a poor season. The Gunners, eager to improve in the 2024-25 season after finishing as runners-up in the last two campaigns, could have extended their lead, but Wright was left frustrated by Martinelli's decision-making in the first half. The Brazilian managed to break through the Wolves' defence, but instead of passing to an unmarked Declan Rice in the box, he opted to shoot from a tight angle. Wright believes Martinelli's desperation to make up for a poor season was influenced by the presence of Leandro Trossard on the bench, ready to take his place in the starting lineup. That moment was a bit disappointing for me because he had the chance to pass to Declan Rice, Wright told Premier League Productions. Just pass to Declan, make it 2-0 and go into the break. I know he's desperate to do well because Trossard is on the bench. He had a tough season last year, Martinelli. But he's trying to impress the manager, Wright continued. He should have passed to Declan Rice, made it 2-0 and then he could have scored his goal in the second half. Despite a few inconsistent moments, Mikel Arteta was pleased with his team's professional performance against Wolves. In the first game, there's always that uncertainty about how you're going to react, especially against a tough opponent, Arteta said. We scored 2, kept a clean sheet. Job done, scored 2, clean sheet, 1. Win in any context. You're going to have better days or worse days. When asked why opponents continue to allow Saka to cut inside with his left foot, Arteta smiled and replied. Good players, you know. With Lionel Messi, I know he will cut inside and put the ball where he wants. He does it every time. It's the quality of the players. Arsenal next face Aston Villa, who beat West Ham 2-1 in their opening game. Arsenal's search for a new striker this summer could see Viktor Gyökeres become a key target in the final weeks before the transfer window closes. The Swedish international has consistently reminded the Gunners why he would be a valuable addition. Earlier this summer, Arsenal showed strong interest in RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, but the Slovenian opted to remain in the Bundesliga. According to transfer journalist Ben Jacobs, Arsenal initially cooled their interest in Viktor Gyökeres due to his knee surgery. However, now that he has returned to full fitness, the Gunners are reigniting their pursuit. Viktor Gyökeres has impressed recently, scoring twice in Sporting CP's 6-1 win over Nacional. He played the full 90 minutes, almost scoring the third goal after hitting the post late on. After the win, he posted on Instagram with a picture of himself and the caption "Let's go," accompanied by the lion emoji, reflecting the club's nickname. Despite missing Sporting's first 2 pre-season friendlies due to knee surgery, Viktor Gyökeres scored in the opening Portuguese league game against Rio Ave. Viktor Gyökeres has already shown his openness to a move. When asked about a possible exit from Sporting CP, he commented, "It's football, I can't promise anything. I'm under contract and I wouldn't be sad to leave, I'm very happy, but we'll see what happens." Sporting manager Ruben Amorim also weighed in on Gyökeres' situation, acknowledging the impact such players have on the transfer market. "We can't control the transfer market. If players who made a significant impact last season were to leave, that would mean good money coming in. With Gyökeres set for a move and Sporting potentially looking to capitalize on a transfer, Arsenal have a strong incentive to push for the Swedish striker to arrive at the Emirates." In a surprising move, Brentford striker Ivan Toney was left out of the squad for the 2-1 win over Crystal Palace. The decision raised eyebrows, especially given the interest from Premier League giants Manchester United, Tottenham and Arsenal, as well as potential interest from Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly. With several clubs monitoring Toney's situation, Brentford opted to leave him out of the matchday squad due to ongoing speculation over his future. Reports suggest that Toney was keen to play against Palace, but was told just 24 hours before the game that he would not be involved. In Toney's absence, Brentford's attack featured Brian Bumo, Kevin Shade and Yoane Wissa. Brentford manager Thomas Frank hinted that Toney could have played his last game for the Bees, saying, "There is some transfer interest and because of all that we have decided not to include him today. Ivan is a top player, he's been fantastic for us over the last 4 years, but we showed, especially last season, that we can win without him." With just 11 months remaining on his contract and Toney unwilling to sign an extension, Brentford have made it clear that the forward is available for transfer. Recent reports indicate that Toney and his representatives are in talks with Al Ahly, a top Saudi Pro League side known for actively recruiting elite players. Brentford are looking to secure up to £50 million for their striker, although recent reports suggest that Jeddah's initial offer is around £34.1 million. Arsenal, who have been heavily linked with a move for Toney since the January transfer window, could now consider making a late push for the player, especially with indications that Brentford may not be able to count on him for the rest of the season.